Hi, you're watching Live Cricket and we are going to see what happened on the last day of WTC final. So let's start the video. So yes, New Zealand won the game by 8 wickets, and I think they totally deserved that victory. So we'll see what happened in a day, session by session. So I think first session was extremely important from the point of view of both the teams. I think New Zealand captivated there. Kyle Jamieson was an important reason. He got two important breakthroughs. Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara. So if we look at the dismissal of Virat Kohli, he was slightly dominated by the bowler there. I've never seen him playing. I have seen him in England 2014 where he was looking slightly underconfident to me. I think here he was slightly underconfident. His past dismissal, I think, was playing in his mind again and again, and he was waiting for the in-swinging delivery, and he was playing patiently there. But I think the delivery which swung slightly away from him, he got into an awkward position there, and he got out there. I think Kyle Jamieson's presence was an important reason for that. He was dominating the Kiwi bowling there. Virat Kohli was expecting the in-swinger, and when the ball slightly went away from him, I think he was in a mixed state of mind there, and he slightly pushed the ball and he got out there. And that's good for world cricket. There's healthy competition, there's tough competition there. I think Pujara's wicket as well was an important breakthrough, and many people are saying that Pujara hasn't scored runs and he shouldn't play. I don't think that. He's extremely talented player, and these are big moments where pressure is very hard to tackle, and I think he'll get on very quickly there. And as well as the ball was quite good, and it is difficult at such situation when you are playing at international level and such big occasion. These things happen. I think these 2 wickets were important reason why New Zealand captivated in the whole game. The momentum shifted there. Even afterwards, these 2 wickets didn't disappoint me as much as the other which fell after this. I think Rahane, he snicked the ball down the leg, but I was extremely disappointed by the wicket of Pant and Jadeja. So that happened in the other session. So if we look at the session 1, New Zealand took the game there and there only. Rahane got out there, but the way Pant was playing, I think Saudi dropped his catch as well. And even afterwards, he was looking little careless to me. There's subtle difference in aggressive and carelessness. He was not looking aggressive to me. He was looking slightly careless to me. The shots he was playing, he was coming down the ground and he was advancing on the balls on a fast bowler, and I think it made difficult for him to play the shots. If he could play there while standing still, that could be a better option there. But I think when Wagner was bowling, he was trying to attack more than what was required, and I think he was quite lucky as well. He didn't nick the ball which were bowled by Wagner. And Wagner, when Jadeja came into bat after the wicket of Rahane, Jadeja was also looking quite tentative in his singles. There were chances of run out. He was lucky there that he didn't got run out there. But the way both the batsmen were playing, they were trying to captivate the moment, but I think bowlers were dominating the game then and there as well. I think Neil Wagner was slightly defensive when he started bowling full length deliveries, because his strength is to bowl short pitch deliveries. But at the later end of the session 1, when he started bowling round the wicket to Jadeja, when he started bowling round the wicket to Jadeja with a short leg fielder, I think that was a great tactic by him, and he stopped. He suffocated Jadeja there, and eventually he got his wicket in the upcoming session. Yes, so at the end of session 1, I think New Zealand were way ahead at that time, and they totally took the momentum from there, and they didn't allow India to get back to the game afterwards. And the coming session, I think I was very very disappointed by Pant's and Ashwin's dismissal, because their shot selection doesn't justify their talent. They're extremely talented players, and I think their way of playing this game would raise some eyebrows in the cricket fraternity now. But I think even afterwards, there has been a problem there from the start in Indian team, that the bowlers have not contributed well in runs. I know that's not their job, but I think this becomes a difference, especially in Test cricket. Those 32 runs which were scored by tailenders of New Zealand were quite handy for them, and they used them extremely well. So I think Indian team has to work slightly on the batting as well, while looking at the lower order. As Mr. Harsha Bogle said in an interview yesterday, that if a person is regularly failing in a subject, he could work at least to pass in that subject. So I think they don't have to be great batsmen, but they have to work as such that they can contribute, or they can stay on the crease to save the game. And I think other than that, New Zealand fielding was exceptional. Saudi, yes, dropped a catch, but in key moments, in such pressure situations, that happens. And even when Indian team got all out, when New Zealand came into bat, both the openers, I think Devon Conway was playing his third test, and he was playing decently well. He was got out by Ashwin, as well as Tom Latham was got out by Ashwin. If I look at New Zealand batting in particular, there has been a problem against spin. If the World Cup final would be in UAE or India, I think the things can be totally different then. I'm not taking this away from them, but yes, England and New Zealand conditions suit them extremely well, and but today was great day for batting, no doubt in that. And I think even when they came to bat, I was thinking that there are slight chances of India to win. Draw was out of the picture when India got all out, but when I was thinking that there are 20% chances that India might win this match, because when whoever is batting at the end has to face a lot of pressure. But they played extremely well, especially Kane and Ross. They were quite patient. They played quite maturely there, and I think it was an important partnership. Looking at the bowlers of Indian team, I think they were trying their very best, but I think they were slightly inconsistent. Every over there were some deliveries which were going for four. I'm not criticizing them. These things happen when you are playing in a test match. It is a tiring format of cricket, and whenever you want to take wicket, you experiment as well, and in experimenting, runs can leak. But the bowlers didn't have much to bowl as well, and the target was so low, and they were having 53 overs to bat. New Zealand took the game, I said, in the first session as well. And if I look at the whole game in hindsight, I think New Zealand properly deserved to win here, and I think even as an Indian, I feel if not India, I think New Zealand was the only team we wanted to win. They deserve totally to win here, because in Test cricket, normally the team which plays better than the opposition only wins. Yes, there can be chances in ODI and T20 that you can get runs and edges, and the team which hasn't played best cricket can also win. But these things do not happen in Test cricket. And I think New Zealand were waiting for this victory. They totally deserve this, because they have gone through the tough times in 2015 as well. Then in 2019, I think 2019 they hadn't lost the World Cup. The match was tie on the basis of who hit more fours. England won the match. So I think they have played the game very beautifully. The game was played in the manner it should be, and I was extremely happy to see New Zealand to win. BJ Watling was playing his last game as well, and I think it contributed well in world cricket, because in New Zealand, cricket is not as big as rugby. New Zealand In New Zealand, rugby is a lot famous than cricket, and I think New Zealand winning the World Cup will promote the game a lot, and I think it's a victory of cricket in general at the end. And I think India have to work on their batting, especially in third innings. But I think the match was quite good, and it will be very unfair to criticize a team on one match. India has played extremely well in the past 2 years, and they have been number one team for 5 years, and that's extremely difficult task to achieve. So I think these things happen in the game, and both the teams played exceptionally well, and I think the scene between Kane, the respect shown between both the teams, between Kane and Virat was heart touching, and extremely pleasant to see the match. Thank you.